How's it guys, my name's Chad and welcome to Still Tech. So today we're going to be discussing SG hydrometers and how to use them and how to work with them. So an SG hydrometer is an instrumentation which is used in the fermentation process. What it does is it tells you how much sugar is left inside your fermentation. It can also give you a great idea of when your fermentation is complete or whether it has stalled. So how it works is when your yeast is consuming your sugar, your density inside your fermentation becomes less and less and less, which means that your hydrometer will drop down lower and lower and lower. So I've got here a rum fermentation. Inside here we've got a sugar reading. So as you can see, when we float our hydrometer inside here, it's quite high up. And at the moment, we're getting a reading of 1.80. So we're sitting at the moment over here, 1.80, which means that we've got a potential of 10% alcohol. So that means that inside here, if this had to ferment dry, our yeast would eat all of our sugar, and we would then end up with a wash or a mash or a wort with around 10%. So now what happens is, as your sugar is slowly getting consumed by your yeast, your hydrometer is going to slowly drop down as it goes. So what I've got over here is another flask with some water inside of it. So we're going to float this again. So water has no sugar in it. Basically, as we can see, we are now sitting right over here on this 1.000, which means now, if we were fermenting, we started off at our 1.080 potential of 10% alcohol, and now we've gone and the yeast has eaten away, and now we're sitting over here, which means that we've got a potential now of 0 alcohol. That doesn't mean that now we've got no alcohol in our fermentation. It just means that our fermentation, there's no more sugar that's left inside of it. What can happen as well, which is nice with the hydrometer, is, say for instance, it stops over here, 1.030. What does that mean? Okay, so now we know we've got a stored fermentation. Sat at that for 2 days now. Now we've got an idea, okay, we can now check our pH, we can check if our temperature is correct, we can check if we've got an infection. It gives us a nice idea of where we're sitting in our fermentation and how much longer we have. But going back to a nice way to calculate one's final alcohol percentage. So now we started off at a 10%. We've now fermenting down. And now let's for instance say we've now hit a 1.010. Our fermentation hasn't gone any further, it just doesn't want to increase any further. We now, for instance, are sitting at, say, a potential of 1%. We can now take that 10% and we can subtract 1%, which means that we have an equal to 9% alcohol. So now we know, okay, we're starting off our fermentation, we know we have a potential of 9% alcohol inside of our fermentation. But something to remember as well is that SG hydrometers are actually very temperature sensitive. Most of your hydrometers are actually calibrated at 20 degrees Celsius, and you can actually have a look at the size of your hydrometer. If it's warmer, if your fermentation is warmer than 20 degrees, it's actually going to sink a lot lower. If it's colder, it's actually going to rise a lot higher. So a lot of the times your SG hydrometer actually comes with a calibration chart, or you can even download an app, and that will be able to also help you to calibrate it. But if there's any way we can assist, please feel free to ask, and we're here to help as much as we can. Please feel free to subscribe to us and also like our page. Thanks a lot.